Hello, geniuses. I am so excited for this session. I can't wait to see every single one of you, even though we've only been away for a week. I'm excited, buzzing. I've been replying to all your comments all day. If you're watching this on the replay, I'm sorry I shifted the time last minute. I apologize. It was because of a personal scheduling challenge, but don't worry, it's not going to happen again. I'm doing a double back-to-back live session this Saturday and this Sunday. This light's a bit harsh. Maybe we'll go for some natural lighting. Let's see how that looks. That looks better. But I am so excited to be here. Viraj, great to see you, man. It's going really well. Stacy, wonderful to see you. Priya, Esther, Ronnie, fantastic to have you here, my man. Marife, Gozi, great to have you in the group. I didn't realize you joined us. Thank you for being here. Crystal, wonderful to see you. Sandra, great to see you. Danny, I'm well. Great to have you here. So here we go with our session. Carrie, wonderful to see you. Esme. So most of you have probably heard I am going live not once but twice this weekend, coming Saturday and Sunday. The sessions are already scheduled. You can go to the events section, check it out right there. It is all there and available for you to sign up, get your notification when I go live. I'm doing two because there's so many questions. I'm going to spend one whole bonus live, totally bonus live that I'm doing for you, where I'm going to be answering your questions and then do our weekly live as well. So you get two lives this weekend, 12 hours apart from each other. You can join both because they're both totally different. Tammy, wonderful to see you. Gozi's a genius too. Hello, geniuses. Alexandra, I'm glad you're listening even at work. Aaron, wonderful to see you. Angela, wonderful to see you here as well. Glad you're missing us. Christy, Bettina, Esme. Who else is here? Nadia, Roxana, Suraj, Ivan, Nana. Awesome. So let's get going with our session. So in these sessions, we've been talking about the circle of life. We talked about the 5 key areas in our circle of life: personal, work and career, family, spirituality, right? And we also talked about health. We kept them separate, health and spirituality and personal, because they're different parts of us, different elements of us. And last week, I asked you to rate where you are on a scale of 1 to 10 and where you want to be. And we started focusing on the biggest gap that you're experiencing in your life. The part of your life that you're feeling the greatest place where you feel you need to grow. And we identified that number one place. For some of you is health. For some of you is spirituality. For some of you is work. For some of you is personal. And I love delivering sessions to you because the method and approach and the mindset is the same despite which area of your life you want to grow. People see the mindset of success as being just monetary. It's not. The mindset for success in your health is needed for the same mindset that's needed for success in a business. The mindset. It may be different principles, different ideas, different models, but the mindset. And that's what we're focusing on, is creating a mindset that allows us to reach our potential, the genius mindset, right? The mindset of a genius. Vitalija, Mina, Arin, Amy, Tanya, Suraj, Jen, Patricia, Priya, Cindy, Margot, Bibut, Shalani, Mittal, Diana, Marianne, Becky, Trudy, Anisha, Fazila, Ishwari, fantastic Barbara. All great to have every single one of you here right now. So some of you may hear that and go, Jay, I kind of know how to do that mindset. And the truth is, if you did, then your life could be very different. So it's not that we understand that mindset already. So I asked you to, for homework, answer 3 questions. The first question was identify the goal or the growth. List the benefits. I hope you guys listed down the benefits. And the third thing was list the obstacles that will come in your way. Say yes in the comments if you answered those 3 questions. I don't need your answers, just that you did that. That you identified the goal, you listed the benefits, you listed the obstacles. By the way, I'm loving all the energy of emojis flying across screen. Keep pressing the like and love button. I love the energy that it gives me. Type yes in the comments if you did what I had asked for your homework, right? Let me know if you did that. How many of you did that? Viraj did it, Cheryl did it, Priya did it. If you're watching this on the replay, I asked you to answer those 3 questions for your particular area of focus. Why are we narrowing down? Right? Why are we putting our laser-like focus on? Why are we doing that? It's because when you laser-like focus in the area where you're feeling the most pain, that's where you'll find the most potential. Right? That's where you can find the most potential. When you're spending all your time dealing with everything at the same time, I know people are trying to manage their family. They're also trying to improve their monetary situation. They're also trying to get healthier. When you are trying to do all at the same time, but your energy and your focus needs to be in your particular area. Realize and recognize this point, people, please. There are certain things that need to be sacrificed so that you can give your energy to the area of your life that's going to have a knock-on effect, an impact to everything else. And it's your mindset in that area. When you exercise it, it will give you faith and confidence. See, when you have a mindset and you test it, and the test comes out true, you gain confidence, and then you'll test that mindset in other areas. That's why I want you to test it in one area. Cheryl says, because your brain needs specifics to focus on. Completely. Tammy, everyone finished their homework. This is fantastic. If you didn't, don't worry. Carolyn says didn't. That's fine. No worries at all. You can ask me a question if you have about the homework. But now, I have 4 more questions that I want to talk you through. We only did just less than half last time. I've got 4 questions. Are you ready? So, the first question is, list the skills and knowledge you need to reach your goal. Make a list now of the skills and knowledge you need to reach your goal, right? Even if it's information you don't have, even if it's stuff you don't know, even if it's people you don't know, what information? Don't say I need a degree. What is the specific information that you need? I'll give you an example, right? I'll give you an example. One of my greatest goals for this year, which I hope you're going to... I'm sharing this with you guys. I don't share this openly. So I'm sharing it personally with you as I do in these sessions, which I absolutely love. Not unwell at all, Hector. Not unwell at all. I'm just... I've been traveling a lot lately. So what I was going to say... A lot of Indians awake. Chintan, thank you for being awake. I'm very grateful. So this is what I was going to say. One of my biggest goals, I'm sharing something really personal with you. One of my biggest goals this year is to hand in my book proposal. I'm writing a book. I'm sharing the stories that define my life, the people, the research. It's going to honestly be one of the best pieces of work I've ever done because I'm putting into one book a synthesis of the best ideas that I've ever come across and how they can transform someone's life. I'm so excited about it. I've been waiting so much time to do this. So that's one of my biggest goals. So my goal, you could add it into probably my career. So let's say I'm giving you my example. In my career basket, and I've had loads of publishers. Like I've had everyone from Hachette to Penguin to who else was it? Hay House, all of them. Like I've had so many publishers approach me and really want me to write the book. So that's not the issue. The point is, I took a bit longer. I was patient to do this because I believe that writing a book, you have to put all the value in that book. It's not just a post. It means a lot to me. The book means a lot to me personally. So it's something that I'm really putting my heart into. When people open it, I want them to open it and experience me and my heart. So it's been something I've been patient about. So anyway, very exciting news. Happy to share it with you. It's not been done yet. I'm still finishing off the proposal. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is I'm giving you my example. So my goal is in the area, right? My goal or my growth that I want in this year is in the area of work or career. You could put my book in my work or career. And in that, identify the goal is to write the book proposal and sell the book proposal, right? That's the number one. The second one is to list the benefits. What are the benefits? The benefits are I get to really bring clarity to my unique ideas. The second thing is every one of you that keeps asking me saying, Jay, when's your book coming out? I'll be able to serve you and offer you something in that regard. The third thing is that I really, really want to do big. I already am an author. I've written articles, etc. But I want to be an author. It's part of who I am as a teacher and a guide and a mentor and a coach. To write books, to teach, to uplift humanity, to take people to new heights. So those are some of the benefits. Notice how specific I went. I didn't just say, oh, it lets me be an author. I went into the specifics. Thank you, Tyler. I'm glad you're excited for my book. Saroon, I'm glad you're excited. Jessica Lynn, I'm glad you are. Fatina says another book to add to the list. Brilliant. So that's my second question. List the benefits. The third, what obstacles are going to get in your way? Not enough time, right? Not enough time. Everyone's got that obstacle. What does that mean? It's just not a priority at the moment. If I haven't got enough time, it means it's not a priority. Another obstacle that I'm going to face is that I'm going to have multiple offers and I'm going to have clarity to decide which one is best for me and which one is best for the book. That's going to be a challenge. So I'm listing down the obstacles. So you did those first 3 questions. Now the 4th question, list the skills and knowledge you need to reach that goal. What skills do I need? I need to know how to write. What am I doing? I'm getting a writing coach. I'm working with someone who knows how to write and can teach me how to bring out the best of me, right? I also need to do research into the stats I want to share with you, the analytics. So I'm going to be working with a research team who can help me find the analytics that I want. This is question 4. List the skills and knowledge you need to reach your goal. Write it down right now. Make a line of this question. You'll be doing this as homework for the next week. List the skills and knowledge you need to reach your goal. Do that right now. Right? Does that make sense? Awesome. Cheryl, I know we need someone to invent virtual books. I'm very much into that idea and I'm trying to do it. So what are we trying to do here? The reason why we're going through the pain area and going through these 7 questions and we're on number 4 is because the reason why most of us don't get to where we want is we don't have clarity on what the process looks like. We meditate on the result and not the daily process, not the daily grind. What we're doing here is we're mapping out what it's going to feel like daily. So we're like, yeah, I want to write a book. I'm going to feel positive about the benefits, but then I'm going to get obstacles in my way and then I'm going to need knowledge to overcome those obstacles, right? That's how we do it. That's why we're making this clarity. We're creating space in the mind so you can be creative, so that you can be expressive, so you can really reach your goals. The challenge we often have is that we don't have clarity up here. We have clutter. The mind, there is so much clutter when we don't ask ourselves the right questions. People are always looking for the right answers, but before you have the right answers, you have to ask the right questions. And if you're not asking the right questions, all you have up here is clutter. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm thinking of this. It will feel like this. And we're so living in our head. Hello, Zoe. Wonderful to see you. Jet Sail, hello as well. Savi, thanks. Savi says, oh my God, this is exactly the issue. I know the result, but I don't know how. Exactly. We know what we want. I know I want a book, but I haven't gained clarity through these 7 questions that you're answering on how to do that. So how you get rid of the clutter, Bettina, is you get rid of the clutter by answering these questions. Because when you answer these questions in depth, the clarity is there because you've already asked yourself what the problems are going to be. So when that happens, you're going to preempt it. When you know what skills and knowledge you need, you get clarity. This is how you get clarity. It's so you don't overwhelm yourselves and give up on your goals, says Kieran. So how do you get rid of clutter? Clutter. Meditation is definitely one of them. We're doing more of that. But the reason why you get rid of clutter is when you can map things out. If I want to get from A to B, there's a lot of clutter. Do I take this route? Do I take that route? Do I take this route? But if I switch on the sat-nav, if I switch on Google Maps, it tells me the route because I get clarity, right? It's all about clarity, and I want you to get clarity. One way to get clarity. Let's talk a bit about how to declutter, right? Let's talk about how to declutter. One of the ways to declutter, right? One of the ways to declutter is to keep writing down what you want and then breaking it down and saying, how do I do that? All right, I'll give you an example right now. So if I write down I want to do the book, right? And then I put a little arrow and it says how. I'll show you this in a moment. I'm writing it down for you right now. So I write down book and I write down how am I going to do that? So, what do I need to do that? All right, what and how. So what do I need to do that? I need to find a agent, right? Let's say I need to find an agent. Okay, how do I do that? What do I do to get an agent? I need a proposal. Okay, if I need to get a proposal together, what do I need? I need to know how to write a proposal. So I need to learn how to do that, right? Keep breaking it down further. Okay, how do I learn to write a proposal? Is that I speak to someone who knows how to make proposals and I get example proposals. Okay, great. Now that I've got my example proposals, what do I do now? So I've got my example proposals. I need to spend some studying them. So I'm going to study them. What do I need to do that is time. And then when I have that time, I need to just set aside time to study them. You see how it's broken down into an activity. So you have what I want and how. So I want a book. What do I need to do in order to get a book? How do I do that? I need an agent. How do I get an agent? I need a proposal because they need to buy into a book, right? I need a proposal. How do I get a proposal? How do I write a proposal? To write a proposal, I need to know how to write a proposal. If I need to know how to write a proposal, I need examples of proposals, and I need examples and teaching from someone who has done proposals. How do I do that? I make time. That's how you do it. You keep going until you've identified the first thing that you can do right now. And that's when you know it, because you can start that right now. Like I can start studying. I can get an example proposal right now by asking someone and start studying it right now. You keep breaking it down. That's how you declutter. If something lives in its biggest, highest, most powerful position, I want to write a book, and you don't break that down. That's what decluttering means. Clutter, right, is created because it's just an idea. It's intangible. You haven't broken it down. Decluttering, you need to break it down to the point where you only have the essence left. Right? So if you want to get your health better, what do you need to do? You need to figure out the right routine. First of all, you need to figure out what you need help with in your health. That's what we're doing. Why are we emphasizing this one area of your life? Because we've just done a health check. The circle of life is a personal health check. That's what we're doing. We're doing a self-development health check. You're doing a routine test on your body and mind. That's what the circle of life is. The circle of life isn't an arbitrary concept. If I break it down, I have to realize that breaking it down means that the circle of life is your health check. So if I want to figure out how to work on my health, I need to figure out what my health check is. If I need to get a health check done, I need to go to an expert. I'll give an example. I had a health goal this year as well. And I have a friend who's a personal trainer. And I said to him, I need you to come and tell me what I need to work on. He came and did a session with me, helped me out. And you can maybe get into groups and get a session like that with some of your friends. And that way he broke down what I needed to work on. And then he's helping me develop that. Again, break it down. It makes so much sense, says Amy. Karen says, awesome. Trudy says, similar to doing a puzzle. Lots of pieces everywhere, taking one piece at a time. Exactly. Esther says, get it. Vitalija said, this is getting so real, it's scary. I hope that's good. Step-by-step instructions for your goal. Exactly. So now, in a moment, I've got all these steps. I need to get an agent, but to get an agent, I need a proposal. To make a proposal, I need to know how to write a proposal. To need to know how to write a proposal, I need to get examples of proposals. And to get examples of proposals, I need to ask someone who knows how to do it. And you have to do it every time. Don't just jump. Don't say, oh yeah, I need to get healthy and I need to find someone to get healthy. Don't do it. Do the process. Break down each one of them. Right? Break down each one of them. It wasn't Ronnie, unfortunately, because I'm not based in London, and Ronnie's fantastic. Cheryl says, I love how you break things down. Thank you so much. This is great. Wow, loving the specifics. Yes, get as specific. Don't skip. Look how far I got down. I got down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hows before I got to what I need to do. I didn't jump. I could have just said, oh, I need to write a book. I need to study how to write a book. Because what you're going to need is you're going to need to go up this ladder. What this process does is that it gives you the ladder to your goal, right? This is what I call the ladder system. You declutter and you build your gateway. You build your steps. You build your step ladder all the way back up. So now once I finish writing my proposal, I'll know that I need to get an agent. And now I'll do it again. What do I need to get an agent? Okay, now that my proposal is done, what do I need to get an agent? I need to speak to people, speak to authors. How am I going to speak to authors? I'm going to ask friends, right? And then I ask friends. Again, I've broken it down. Every time you have a goal, break it down into points on the ladder. Specific, not random. So let's take one of your examples. Charissa's giving an example. I really want to focus in on this because this is step 4. List the skills and knowledge you need to reach your goal. This is it. It's the ladder system, right? This is my personal system of how I declutter and build a ladder to each one of my goals. I'm going to do one of yours for you right now. Guys, I hope you're loving this session because right now I feel like I'm just in my element. I'm in flow. I'm in the zone and I hope you can feel it. And that's what one thing I realized by doing these live sessions for you every week, and I'm going to say this to everyone who's watching on live, you've all committed to being here. I've committed to coaching you, mentoring you, guiding you, and wanting you and creating a life where you're going to creating a pathway that's going to help you live your dreams and actually experience that success. And what I'm going to say here is that when I do these sessions, I'm totally in flow. What I mean by that is I'm channeling, I'm here, there's energy, it's all connecting, it's synergy. I'm tuning into the vibrations that you're putting out. And when I'm in that flow state, I'm able to provide you value that you can't get anywhere else. Because this is when I'm at my best. And this is when you're empowering me to be at my best. So I'm so grateful to each and every one of you in this group. So Charissa, I'm going to take your example. She goes, can you help me with the steps when I want to make a website for my coach business, or any business you may want to make a website? So what do you need to make a website? You need a web designer. But what will a web designer need? A web designer will need a specification. What do you need to know to build a specification for a website? You need to research other websites and their sections. What do you need to do? Pick websites in your industry, understand what sections they need, and start filling in those sections. Notice how you've broken it down from needing this big, amazing website to doing a very basic thing you can start today. That's when you know at the end, because you can start doing that today. Alex, do you think we need to be around like-minded people in our goals? You are like-minded people in this community. That's my point, that I love the fact that you may not find your self-development genius family. Your genius family will be here. This is why being a part of this group is so important, because you're here and you're growing with each other, even if you don't have those people in your daily life. And I found that actually the people that inspire me and I work towards, they aren't the people that I see every day. They aren't the people that are in my family. They're the people that I'm connected with online. Alex Smith says, perfect timing. Thank you, Alex. I'm glad you're loving it. Awesome. Sherry, brilliant. So we've got, Sherry's given hers. I like this. Get a job in marketing and advertising. That's her big goal. Get a Bachelor of Arts. Got it. Make appointment with a university. Got it. Research available grants. Got it. Apply for indoor job to preserve energy. Got it. Take small PowerPoint and skills, of course, to gain office entry. Massive tick. And how are you going to get that course? You're going to research courses, Sherry. How are you going to research courses? You're going to go online. Or you're going to speak to people who've done it before, or research what people have done before. Bang. There we go. Anisha says, yes, loving it. Vitalija says, yes, loving this. Jetsail, if you get impatient, you can't, impatience will kill you, you know? You have to be enthusiastic, determined, and patience. That is the trifecta. Enthusiasm, determination, and patience. EDP. You got to be enthusiastic daily. You got to be determined for the long term, and you got to be patient for the longer term. That's just part of the way it is. How do you build patience? How do you build patience? By opening many doors. So there's always something great happening right now, but you can be patient for the big things. Be impatient for the small things, but patient for the big things. Changing any of these 5 areas is a big thing, right? But be impatient to start the call today. The step you can be impatient about. You want to be impatient about the small step. You want to be patient about the big goal, right? You should write that down. That's a great, I just said that randomly, never said that before. Be patient about the big goal, be impatient about the first step, right? Someone write that down and send it to me afterwards. So into this, Jamie says, love the flow. Thank you, Jamie. Becky says, awesome focused instruction. Bettina, I want to see yours for that. Cheryl, intention as its best. Amy says, we feel it. Charissa, thank you. Femke, love this group. I love it. True. Ronnie says, Jay, if the areas boost productivity and profitability in business, that has many categories to it. Do we break them down stream by stream? Yes, Ronnie, fantastic question. You've got 2 in business. I would treat them separately. What's going to boost your productivity will boost your will boost your profitability, but look at them separately. Because if you take them too much as the same, them being dependent on each other actually ruins it for you in the long term. Build my coaching practice, says Nadia. Christy says, today I received a message after praying that I need to teach tapping to children. I'm so excited that I can use my gift. Beautiful. Ronnie, come back at that with me about how you're feeling about that. Thanks, Ronnie, for sharing that. Thanks all of you for putting that in. So that is question number 4, right? That's your question number 4. I promise you that when you have this clarity in front of you, I want you to have each of the sessions we're doing of this first overview section of picking your weakness area, picking the area that needs work, and putting it on a board and having it in front of you, I guarantee to you that you're going to understand where to get drive and motivation from every day. That board, these notes, this in front of you. You're not going to need motivation and drive. Then I can actually guide you towards the mindsets. But this is the first thing, gaining clarity. Michelle says, you just make everything understandable and doable. You're taking away the struggle factor of how. Thank you so much. Massive salute to you. Okay, question number 5. Identify the people and groups to work with. I guarantee you there are people in your network, people in your space that are perfect to partner with. Either they're doing a similar thing, either you have similar values, they may have done it before, you may need their advice. That is huge. You learn from the people that have done it before. Now, if any of you want to learn how to start social media, how to start an online business, etc., I'm going to be launching a course on that later on this year because that's what I've done. You can only learn from those people who've done. So I want you to identify the people and groups to work with to get there. So I knew I needed a friend who is a personal trainer. I know I need a friend who writes books or writes books proposals. And you need them to be just a step ahead of you. I was just saying this to a friend right now. When people are asked, if you could sit down with an entrepreneur, who do you want to sit with? Most people say Richard Branson. Most people say Bill Gates. Most people say Steve Jobs. Most people say Mark Zuckerberg. We reach for these people whose vision is so big that actually if you sat with them, and even if you ask them really good questions, their mind is on such big things right now that you won't get the answers you need. What you need is someone who's just 1 or 2, 3 steps ahead of where you are. That's the reason why people on social media have had such a rise, because you need people around you. I want to make people better on social media as well, but I can because I'm ahead of you. But if you're speaking to someone who's 10, 15 years on social media, they're not helping you. When you select people, question 5, identify the people and groups to work with. Don't try and pick the people who are all the way up here. Pick the people who are a few steps ahead of you, right? You don't need to know the phone number of Richard Branson or Tim Ferriss. You can start with yours. Ronnie says, yes, Jay, so say within productivity, there is categories such as social media, automation of training delivery, website. Fantastic, fantastic. Am I sketching out a tree and sub-branches? 100%. Ronnie, you've nailed it. Listing the people and skills under each. Ronnie, you have nailed it. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much for checking. And I'm glad I did. I just wanted to make sure, man. I appreciate the value you add. Just want to make sure. Archana, agree. Totally agree. I'm getting... Okay, Angela's got a great question. Jay, I had a goal in mind and tried to build the ladder. I took the next step to do what it takes. How did you do that, Angela? I just talked about the ladder today. What it takes to get there, and the goal got crushed and didn't work out. See, the goal never got crushed, the method did. If you love your goal, don't change the goal, change the method. The problem is you need multiple ladders to the same goal. Try out one ladder. If it doesn't work, try out another ladder, right? Let's say you're trying to get into your office building, right? Let's say you're trying to get back into your apartment or your home. Let's say one door doesn't work. Let's say you forgot your keys inside. What do? You try going through a window. You look like a robber of your own house. Try going through the top window. Try and get a key, a spare key from your family or your next door neighbor. You don't just sit there and go, oh, the door doesn't open, right? Who does that? No one does that. You don't stand outside your own door and say, the door doesn't open, right? Yes, Ivan, it's called a mastermind group if you want to call it that. You have to pivot. You can't just sit there and go, my door doesn't open. What do I do? It's not opening for me. You don't have to change the goal. You can change the method if you love your goal. But you find another entry point, right? You always find another entry point. And I can only tell you that a winner is just a loser who tried one more time. A winner is just a loser who tried one more time. I'm that guy, right? I am that person. I am that person who has never quit trying that one more time. That's why I am where I am today. I have never quit trying that one more time. I've always gone for it. Always, 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 always. I love the door analogy, says Nana, says Teresa, says Becky. It's real, right? When you're outside your house, it's your house. This is your goal. Your house, your goal. It's yours. If this door's not opening, you go through the window, you go through the top window, go through the back door, climb around someone else's garden, get a key from your family, your next door neighbor. Worst thing, you break it open. You don't just sit there and give up. And that's me. That's who I am. I have been that loser who tried one more time, and I've become a winner every time. I'm a winner in every area of life that I want to be a winner in. Right? Resonates deeply, says Diana. Always windows. Ronnie says, on Saturday, we want to hear about your losing before you became an overnight success 3 years later. Count 10, Ronnie, maybe. But I'm joking. Yeah, definitely. We'll talk about that. Actually, I'll tell you now. Why not now? I think I shared it with many people. I mean, so some of my scripts for my videos that now have over 1 billion views were written when I was a monk, not as scripts, but as reflections. Right? The scripts of my videos, a lot of them were written as reflections. I'm so excited. I got a new Valentine's Day video coming out. Really, really excited about it. Getting in or getting in, says Gozi. Exactly. I smashed the 2, says Teresa. I mean it. I'm not even joking. Right? I'm not even joking. So, a lot of these things I wrote like 10 times, right? A winner is just a loser who tried one more time. Sorry, it's that way around. I said it wrong. A winner is just a loser who tried one more time. The point I'm trying to make now is that I was writing this stuff ages ago before I thought it would ever become viral. And then I talked a lot about how I was in the corporate world doing incredibly well for myself, but I wanted to switch to media, and I was looking at media jobs that were 1/4 of my salary at the time, trying to make it through, and I got rejected from all of them. I got rejected from like 10, 20 of the top media companies, and the feedback I kept getting, this is before I made any videos, they kept saying, Jay, you have no media degree, you have no journalism degree, you know, you have no access, you've never done this before, how are you going to be successful? Those were the kind of questions I got, and they were right. And then I chased Jon Snow on a bike. If you know, in Channel 4, if you know Jon Snow, I chased him around the streets of London when I saw him on his bike. And I said, you need to give me a job. I'm passionate about media. I want to change people's lives through media. And he just said, you need to get a master's. And when I looked at a master's, it was like £10,000. And I didn't have £10,000 at the time to do a master's. And so I asked other editors of big magazines like The Economist. I asked people of all these different areas. And they all said to me, Jay, you make more money now. Why do you want to do this? You'll make less money. And I was just like, because it's not about the money. I want to do it because I love it, because that's where my heart is. Again, I was rejected. I got to the point where my only option, I went to an ethnic minorities TV training day. No joke. I went to a presenter training day because I was like, am I even good at this? Right? Am I even good at this? I even got to that point of asking myself. And so I went to this ethnic minority TV training day run by the BBC, and they told me, Jay, you're made for this. You're a natural born presenter. And I was like, this is amazing, give me a job. And they said, well, we don't have any jobs for you because there's no jobs right now at the BBC doing any of this kind of stuff. So I got to a point where my only option was to start a YouTube channel. And I started a YouTube channel. And here we are, 2 years later. It's crazy. The reason why I'm sharing this with you is because those are all my doors that shut, and I found another way. And that's what's given me faith, is that I made my own path and didn't go down the traditional one because I did not want to accept that there was no path, right? Jon Snow's not met me yet. A lot of the other interviewers on BBC and networks, etc., who, there's one interviewer, won't mention his name, he actually tweeted me back when he saw my video on YouTube saying, this is average, he didn't like it. That video now has over 120 million views across social media. Nothing against him. He reached out to me and interviewed me, which I respected about him. I've never done anything to disprove anyone. I've never done anything to prove someone wrong. I've never done anything because I want to show people, look how good I am. Those motivations are so mode of ignorance. Those motivations are so negative that they don't fuel positive. They don't plant positive seeds. They plant negative weeds. And I don't want that. I want positive seeds in my life. I do what I do because I love it and I want to serve you and I want to make a difference in your life. I don't do it because someone once told me not to do it, or once someone told me that I wasn't good at it. That's a terrible motivation. That's not what motivates me. All right? Stacey, that process was probably about 12 months, 18 months, maybe a bit longer than that. Right? Thank you. So, question number 5 was identify people and groups to work with. And question number 6 we won't do number 7 because I want to do that with you next week, this weekend. Question number 7, we're skipping 6. I'll come back to it. I'll come back to it this weekend. So if you're watching this on the replay, it's not weird that I skipped section 6. I'm coming back to it. Section 7 is set a deadline, right? For when you've broken it down, right? When you've broken it down, tell me about deadlines for each of these. So when am I going to start studying those proposals, right? Set a deadline. When's that going to be done? And then set a deadline for when are you going to do the next thing. Set deadlines and stick to them. Set realistic deadlines and stick to them. Ronnie J, what exercises or practices did you have to take on to boost your self-expression and authenticity? Did you have to restore integrity to any past actions or relationships? Ronnie, I think I'm understanding your question. If I'm not, break it down and ask me again. Jay, what exercises or practices did you have to take on to boost your self-expression and authenticity? I've been talking about this stuff for over 12 years. So the self-expression part was quite easy. I used to sit with 50 students a night when I was a monk for 3 years, every night, 7 nights a week, 5 nights a week with students, 2 nights a week with just like people, older people. 7 nights a week for 3 years, I sat with people, groups of about 30 to 50, patiently listened to their problems. I've had so much analysis time and insight time and research time inside people's minds in a vulnerable state that I've genuinely become empathetic and connected to people's problems. I'm so deeply connected to the problems of people that self-expression and authenticity are a byproduct of that. See, even with authenticity, how do you get authenticity? You have to go there. You have to be empathetic. You have to be compassionate. You become authentic by being empathetic and compassionate and genuinely accepting other people's problems as your own. When you do that, authenticity is natural. Again, authenticity is the goal at the top and you have to declutter it and break it down. Did I have to restore integrity? I did. I've been quite repentant of past mistakes and things that I've got wrong and challenges that I've made and you know, things that I would improve if I could. And I've apologized to people internally and externally, depending on my connection and relationship to them now. So a lot of past relationships I had to restore integrity. Yeah, I did. And I spent a long time doing that. Fazila, you're so natural. Yeah, I have kind of done it for the last 12 years, so that is a long time. Gozi, thank you for your positivity. Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly my point on restoring integrity, Ronnie, that if you've hurt people in the past, which I've done, you have to go and rectify that. You either rectify it internally because that person may not give you access to them anymore, so you stop making them that mistake again, right? The best apology is improved behavior. So even if you can't apologize to someone direct, you apologize by shifting and changing your behavior. Esme J, what if I'm already halfway through the ladder process? That's great. Do the rest of the ladder. That's perfect. Carrie says, I definitely need to rewatch this one. So much information. I'm glad, Carrie. Yeah, definitely. Like I've always said, if you're watching this on the replay, you can pause and do the activity. Being on the replay is not a disadvantage. I'm begging you to understand this. Being on the replay, in any case, is actually an advantage too, because you have time to process. Second thing, I recommend you do this 3 times in the week with the activities if you're super serious. And like I said, you can come in and out as you please. That's the beauty of this river that you're all part of. Angela says, I just realized that the thing I thought was my biggest goal and didn't work out was actually just an escape from my current situation. Exactly. Michelle, Jay, what do you do when you hesitate setting deadlines because you know it's going to be holding yourself accountable and your mind races to what if I don't achieve it? Then you start feeling a failure. That's why you set deadlines that realistically appreciate where you're at and you keep it as a priority. Like, I'll give an example. This book proposal thing that I'm talking to you about, it's hard because it requires a lot of time and energy. I need to find a block time when I can give energy to it. I've now identified in my schedule when that's going to be, and I've created enough time. And I've got it wrong multiple times. I've said to myself, I'm going to get it done this weekend, and I realize it's not enough time. I'm going to get it done this weekend, and it's not enough time. I've been there too. So what I'm saying to you is, don't get disheartened by that, but then learn from that and go, okay, it's not going to happen in 2 days. I need 7. and be honest with yourself, right? Hint of number 6, says Cheryl. Cheryl, I'm going to teach you a plan of action building study of how I break down and build an action plan around something like this. That's what you're going to get as hint of number 6. Love it, says Flo. When do you know that you've apologized enough? Wow. What a great question. What a great question. Vitalija, this is why I love this community. When do you know that you've apologized enough? When you recognize and want that person to be happy and deeply appreciate that you made a big mistake, and all you want is that person's happiness, and now you don't even need their forgiveness. You just want them to be happy. You don't want their forgiveness. You don't need them to reciprocate. You just know that you'll be happy if you see them happy. That's when you know you've apologized enough. It takes a long time to get there, but it does work. Trudy says, I love the replays. I make the best notes at that time. Ronnie, you got it. Awesome. Savi, I'm answering your question. Jay, I find it so hard between a full-time corporate job, raising the kids, and fulfilling passion for the career I want. Sometimes I'm sad at work and feel soul destroyed when I just want to focus on my wheel of life and moving ahead. When you're at Accenture, how did you manage this? Great question. So yeah, I've been there, right? That's why it's great to be here, because I spent 2 years at Accenture, full-time, intense management consulting. I was a digital strategy consultant working with the biggest brands in the world. Long hours, hard work, corporate job, right? One of the top ones. So very busy. How did I manage it? I'll tell you what I did. The one thing I did to manage it is when your mind is at work, your mind will be with your passion when you're in your passion. The problem is we're at work thinking about our passion, and when we're doing our passion, we're then thinking about everything else. When you learn to steady the mind and balance the mind and focus the mind on what you're doing right now, you can do that everywhere. So right now, I'm with you. I've got a million things to do, but I'm with you. I'm with every single one of you. On this live, my mind is not anywhere else. When I'm reading a book, my mind is there. When I'm on an Instagram live, my mind is there. My mind is where I am. My soul, my mind, and my body are in the same place. It was Gandhi who said that you will achieve peace when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. If you're at work, so you're doing work, you're saying work, but you're thinking passion, can be an overall drive, but if you're thinking about it too much, you're not at work. Whereas I guarantee you, for a week, just think of work at work, speak work, and do work. Then when you go to meditate, or when you go to live with your passion, or when you go to be with your kids, be with them also. The more places you're present in, the more present you are in your passion. Does that make sense? Guys, I've been saying a lot of cool stuff in this video, so if I say anything good, can someone please post it on the group afterwards? Because I don't make notes while I'm doing this stuff. So it's all flow and it comes out. Savi, I hope that answers your questions. Great. This is awesome. Loving this. Focus more on the replay, says Fazila. This is great. Gozi says, it's so important to clean up your mess. Apologize completely. You have to clean up your mess. That's exactly right words. Well expressed. This is great, guys. Any more questions? Jack says, Jay, this is absolutely insane. With what you just said about establishing your goal, making steps method. Before this live stream, I was just talking to my friend and talking about my goals for releasing music. And when I'm setting my deadline, this was fate to stumble upon this live stream and hear your words. Awesome, man. Well, it's not fate. You chose to be a part of this group. You're making it happen. See, by being a part of this group, like this is what's actually happening. But being a part of this group, yes, you get my lives every week like this. Amazing. Yes, you get access to each other. Incredible. Yes, you get access to my Facebook, my interviews with experts. Amazing. Yes, you get access to my book notes. Amazing. That's great. But what you're really getting access to is you're committing to the universe that you are going to move towards your genius. You are on a mission to find your genius. The universe is responding to that. When I left Accenture, when I quit my corporate job and took a leap out into the entrepreneurial world, the universe reciprocates with that leap. But you, by being in this group, it's responding to your genius. Be in the moment. This is great. For those in employment considering going into business, when is the right time to quit? The right time to quit, realistically, for a lot of people, is when you've built up something on the side, a side hustle, that allows you to switch, depending on your level of risk, allows you to switch over, right? That's what it is. For me, I had a strong corporate coaching business where I do so many corporate workshops. Even right now, I'm doing a corporate coaching workshop at the moment with Nivea. That's what I've been up to for the past couple of days. So that's where I started out when I left my corporate job, which was fantastic. It was before I even really made videos. So that's what it was for me. Barbara says, thanks for the insight, Jay. I'm also working for a management consultant and feel spent, possibly contributing to my adrenaline fatigue. Yeah, definitely. I can relate to that. Jay, I'm trying to understand the spiritual circle of life. Could you let me know what is spiritually a bit more examples? It's things like meditation, prayer, your connection to God, your connection to the universe, right? That's what sits under spirituality. Be in the flow. Amazing. Angela says, Jay, do you think the pressure of social media takes away from that inner harmony? Of course it does, if you see it as pressure. If you don't use social media will use you. Right now, you're using social media, you're learning, you're gaining. I only go there to learn and gain. Ishwari says, so why do people say it's okay to be a mess? People say that kind of stuff. It's like, it's okay if your room's a mess, but yes, it will clutter your mind. Yes, it will be stressful when you wake up in the morning. So yeah, it's okay to be a mess if you're okay with stress. That's why, right? That's literally it. It's okay to be a mess if you're happy with stress and pressure. Yes, moving towards your genius, Natalie. For the charts, Gozi, what does that mean? Tell me. Okay. We will talk about the law of attraction, Charissa, but I really believe the law of attraction responds to those who have a plan. Right? Those who make a plan, that's who the law of attraction really, really works for. That's who it really makes a difference for, mainly. Amazing. So, it's very exciting. How many of you, today, what have we focused on? We focused on 3 more questions. I've left out the 7th one. We're going to do that separately, which is a plan of action. We've talked about really knowing what you need to learn and know to make it happen. We talked about the ladder to your goal. And then we talked about the people that you need in your life. And then we talked about deadline. Off the charts. Right, not for the charts. Okay, guys, you got it. So that's what we talked about today. And I want you to focus on those 3 questions for the next week until this weekend when we have 2 sessions, 1 for questions, 1 continuing this conversation. So both of them are for you guys. I'm so excited to be doing 2 in a week. And I'm actually pumped, right? When I do these sessions, I feel pumped. They'll always be available to you in this group. Not available on my main Facebook page, but in this group. They're always available right there. And if you want to find them, just search for me in the group and they'll always come up with something I've shared before. I'm so glad you've been reading Judgment Detox. Great book, right? Gabby's an amazing friend. Oh, and I've got something very exciting about books coming up. Should I tell you? Should I not? You always find out about everything first. I'm launching something to do with books very, very soon. Probably next week or the week after. So you'll find out first. I'm going to rewatch this session 10 times. The sessions keep getting better. And do you know why that is? It's not because of me. It's because you guys are so tuned in and you're so connected. The universe is helping me channel better stuff to you. I'm not even joking. Like I'm not making this up. When an audience is ready to access and going deep, the universe is going to inspire the speaker to share more, right? That's how it works. So I told you, that's what it is. I told you that very soon you'll be getting some book stuff coming out. So let's end with a meditation today. Everyone sound good? How many of you like to do a meditation? Press the like and love button. Press the yes. Go away. Do these 3 questions. I'm only giving you 3 because I really want you to digest. I shared it today that learning content, listening to me and learning content without reflecting is like eating without digesting. Meditate on that. Learning, right, without reflecting is like eating without digesting. You have to digest. You get a week to digest. You get 3 questions to digest. I don't want to overload you with lots of many things. How many of you would like to do a meditation right now? I am going to add more book notes, Ishwari. They're on the way. They're on the way. I love this session of success, Carrie. Tell me what you thought. Shetty University. I like that, Viraj. Sorry, Alex. Thank you so much, Alex. I really appreciate that. So how many of you would like to meditation? Loads of meditations. Awesome. We're going to do a good long one today. Great. So, close your eyes. I'm trusting you that you're all closing your eyes because I can't see if you've closed your eyes. Mine are still open, but they will be closed very soon. So let's close our eyes. Fantastic. Let's do this. This is amazing. I want you to find a physical space of comfort, calm, balance, ease, and peace. Move around. Gently roll back your shoulders. Just finding a physical space of comfort, calm, balance, ease, and peace. Whenever your mind wanders, and it will, don't get frustrated, don't get upset. Just gently and softly bring it back to the sound of my voice. Similarly, sometimes you're in the group, sometimes you're out with other people. We get distracted, we get upset when things don't go our way. But instead, we just have to reel our awareness back into where we want it to be. See, being distracted is not an issue. We just have to notice it and bring it back. Bring back your awareness to feelings of calm, balance, ease, and peace. Now become aware of your natural breathing pattern. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. No force, no pressure, just becoming aware of your natural breathing pattern. And this time feel the sensation of the air coming in through your nostrils and feel it filling up your lungs and inside your body, and feel the air leaving your lips. Actually become aware of those subtle moments. Just become so present. And whenever your mind wanders, just gently and softly bring it back to your natural breathing pattern. And the sensation of feeling the air coming in through your nose, inside your body. And then exhaling through the mouth and feeling it on your lips. Whenever your mind wanders, bring back your awareness to this sensation. Breathe in and out. Become aware of the subtle ways in which the breath leaves your body through your lips, deepening your awareness. Now we're going to do something known as a body scan. I want you to continue your natural breathing, and whenever your mind wanders, just bring it back to comfort, calm, balance, ease, and peace. Now your feet are probably on the ground or on your bed. Just feel what they feel like. Just experience what they feel like. Don't judge them. Do they feel heavy? Do they feel light? Don't label them as good or bad or pain or not. Just feel your feet and how they rest on the ground or your bed or in your shoes. If you're sitting, notice how your back touches the back of the chair, how you're seated, how your arms are either laying beside you or on the armrest. Just become aware. Just become aware, just notice how you're connected to the bed or the chair or the floor, wherever you're seated. And whenever your mind wanders, bring it back to your organic breathing pattern and this awareness of how you're positioned. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And now, I want you to imagine that you're walking towards this ladder. This ladder that we all want to climb. I want you to walk towards it. And because we're trying to learn, you're trying to grow, you're in this space, trying to improve, that ladder is not going to be the harsh wood. It's not going to be steel. The ladder is made of a material that you love holding on to, that you can climb with ease, that doesn't feel pain under your feet, that doesn't feel pain when you hold on to it and pull yourself up. Because you're growing your mindset, the ladder becomes easier to climb. I want you to imagine yourself going up step by step, not fast, not slow, just at the pace of your natural breathing pattern. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, seeing yourself climb the ladder with enthusiasm, determination, and patience. Enthusiasm to reach the top, determination to last the distance, and patience to wait for the reward. This is our life. This ladder, even if we fall off it, it will bounce back up. There may be ladder pivots that approach our way. But we approach everything with enthusiasm. And say it to yourself. I approach everything. Say it out loud to yourself. With enthusiasm, with determination, with patience. When I approach things with enthusiasm, say it again. When I approach things with enthusiasm, I bring my best to everything. When I approach things with determination, I bring my focus to everything. And when I approach with patience, I bring my awareness to everything. These are your strengths. These are your guides. Breathe in through your nose. Feel the air coming in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. And when you're ready, in your own time, at your own pace, you can open your eyes. When you open your eyes, you can tell me how that experience was for you, and I'll explain what we just did. That was roughly an 8-9 minute meditation. What we were doing is what it was to Savi's point. When we become aware of how we're seated, how our feet are, when the air goes through our nostrils, we notice those subtleties. When the air comes through our mouth, we start grounding ourselves in the present. See, our mind is either in the past or the future, always. We live in the past or we live in the future when the only place anything can happen is the present. When you become aware of the subtleties, when you become aware of the subtleties of your physical presence and your breath in your body and your mind, when you become aware of that, you can become aware and be present in any of your surroundings. Don't worry if you got blocked. Don't worry if it was slightly difficult. A lot of people saying that was amazing, that they loved it. For those of you who've just joined, Michelle, who watched the replay, Shannon feels rejuvenated. Melissa, Taylor, you're going to love the replay as well. Cindy says, wow. Through the mouth, just slightly open. You can do it for your nose if it's easier, but through the mouth is great for optimal breathing. I like this feeling, says Grounded Saroon. Your hands were reaching up. That's great. Oh, in real, Barbara, that's awesome. I love that. You can visualize. That was a visualization. So I was sharing this with someone the other day. The amazing thing is we've just had over 100 people around the world meditate at the same time. Amazing. So hard to do, right? 100 people in the world. And it's a visualization. See, when Lewis Hamilton drives his Formula One car, he visualizes the track. When David Beckham scored that famous free kick against Greece, he visualized his free kicks. When you're climbing the ladder, when you're in the river, you're in this river, you're dipping in and out, you're flowing with me, we're flowing together, you have to visualize it. When you visualize it, it becomes real. So Barbara, visualizing it, perfect, right? It was beautiful. Vidalija liked her ladder. It was hanging, says Carolyn, that's fine. Gozi says steps seem so achievable. Amazing. Driving now, this is awesome. My ladder was made of marshmallow, very comfortable. I love that. Need to pivot, says Chinton. That's a good visualization. Made of soft textile. I love it. Soft, comfy rugs on the ladder. I love it, Sunita. This is great. Visualization is so powerful, guys. Athletes use it. Musicians use it. Actors use it. Visualization. We have to bring things to life visually. It's not just a imagination. It really does feel that. Now, when you're going up this ladder, that visualization will be in your mind. And it will make it more bearable. It will help you bring enthusiasm, determination, and patience, EDP. So a quick recap of today. We talked about the 3 questions from last time, which came from us breaking down the circle of life and looking at which segment of the circle that we need to work on. And in that area, we have 7 questions to answer. We had 3 questions from last time, 3 more questions this time. What do you need to know and learn? What knowledge do you need? What learnings do you need? Which people do you need around you? And a deadline. We talked about the importance of enthusiasm, determination, and patience. We talked about how to declutter the mind and the process of building a ladder. And now we've performed a meditation. And in there, I also dropped some crazy wisdom in the process, thanks to all of you. I am so grateful that you're part of this group. We've been doing this together for over a month now. There's so much impact, there's so much evolution, there's so much transformation. You can see it. You can see it and feel it. And I know you can because I see all your messages. I'm here in the group. I'm replying to all your comments. I'm reading all your messages. I'm doing 2 lives for you this weekend. I cannot wait. I'm so grateful, everyone. I can't wait to see you this weekend. See you in the group. Like I've said before, if the group is too much for you, just come to these live sessions. You don't have to finish anything. You don't have to have done everything to get to the live sessions. There's no homework. It's your own pace, your own growth. Remember this, at your own time, in your own pace, no obligation, no expectation, just giving energy, right? Thank you so much, guys. Absolutely love you. I hope I answered your questions today, Ronnie. I hope I answered your questions, Chinton. Jamie, it was a beautiful session. Thanks for bringing your energy. Tammy, thanks for bringing your energy. Cordelia, so good to see you always. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Fantastic. Alex, really appreciate having you here, my man. I'm so grateful that you're here. And Alex as well. Alex Smith and Alex Gonzalez, both of you. Leslie, thank you for your energy. Nisha, thank you for your energy. If you're watching this on the replay, I love you all. I'm so grateful that you're here. I pray for you and send positive and best wishes every single day. I promise you that. Priya, Charissa, excellent. I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you so much.